In this tutorial, we're going to show you how to use the acid etching effect. Under the Select Effect menu, go to the Effects section and choose Acid Etching. The controls show up, and there seems like there's a lot of controls here, but don't worry, you'll only use a few of them unless you want to further refine your effect. Scroll down to the bottom and choose the Select Edge button. This brings up the catalog of effects. In this instance, I'm going to choose a nice darkroom edge, and we'll come along here and choose the sloppy border. And in essence, it's been applied to the image. I'm going to go ahead and scale this down a little bit smaller so that we'll have some room to work in the canvas, and I can show you where the etching is applied. So I'm going to transform it smaller and move it to the center. And I'm also going to come over here to the background and choose a medium gray background to give this a little bit of contrast. So basically, let's come up here and you'll see a Load Brush button. Let's click on that for a moment. Basically, the Load Brush allows you to select the different types of etching patterns that can be used when you're etching your photos. You can use hard, soft, all different types of etches to get different types of looks. You can even go in and use swirls and sponges and streaks. It's just about infinite. In this case, I'm going to use streaks number 2. Click OK. And come over here and we're going to click on our brush tool. Acid etching is applied using a brush. We have different controls here, such as brush opacity, size, and feathering. In this case, I'm going to do a semi-opaque brush with a feather, and I'm going to brush in this area to show you how the etching works. And notice along the sides how it just gave it a nice little etch. And we'll move our palette here, and you can see how the etching is working along the corners. So in essence, you can come in here and you can load as many different types of brushes as you'd like. I'll load a chalk next, and I'll etch with the chalk and see how that looks, and do some down here. If we don't like any of the patterns we've done, we can click the Clear Brush Strokes button and everything reverts back to the beginning. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and load up a harder brush, and I'm going to brush along the edges here and see if this is going to give me the look I'm after. That's just about what I'm after here. Some of the other settings you can choose are how much the acid etching clumps together, whether it's soft or hard, the size, and even the opacity. And you can see as you adjust these controls, the etching along the sides changes. So in essence, that's how this control works together, the brushes, all your various settings. It's a pretty easy effect to use.